So the Tower 2K is sponsored to you by Let's Talk. Now, if Miss Nelda would please, we can go there. And then please follow my friend Let's Talk, y'all.
This video contains commentary and opinion based on public available information. All statements made are alleged for entertainment and discussion purposes only. We do not condone harassment, bullying, or targeted attacks against anyone.
Hey guys, let's talk. So we all know this has been a crazy week and a viral but steady moment. So we all know Diamond Low went ahead and gave her apology to me as well as to 2K and a couple of other content creators. But let's see how we all got here and why it looks like her and her brother, Maine So Funny, are no longer a viral team.
Larry, and we got Dusty Dimes. All right. We got these two individuals, and then I'm going to play what they said, and then we're going to get into some dialogue because I don't like how they feel about the bloggers more than them actually trying to block me. And do I consider myself as a blogger? I don't. But I kind of am in the between. I'm in there just a little bit. But we'll explain. Let's roll the video. Because I feel like I got a need to stick up for the bloggers. Because they don't do content. They report it. So I'm going to stick my head out there for the bloggers. How about that?
Really get paid on Facebook for real. You know what I'm talking about? I don't get no money on him because he keep reporting on my pages and stuff. Like I got a page on him. Well, I got $500 I supposed to get on the 23rd, and I can't get it because it said my page is demonetized, and I don't know if nobody did that shit.
Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and start there. Dusty Dimes, I don't know if you get paid off of Facebook often, but let me tell you this shit here. If you made $500 on Facebook, no matter whether you blocked or not, they will send you your $500, okay? So which leads for me to think that you just telling them. And I'm starting to think that everybody else is lying because when I was on Main Live and we was talking back and forth, and goddamn me, I think he got a phone call. I really think he got a phone call. And
every content creator on here, including ourselves, we are the cloud. So if a motherfucker already out here getting talked about, guess what? You don't need nobody else's clout. If you got the people out here already coming out here seeing you, and, you know what I'm talking about, seeing what you're doing and posting you, we don't need no fucking clout. Everybody. In reality, we don't need them bloggers and folks neither. Because guess what? Whoever gonna watch you, they gonna watch you. You know what I'm talking about? But look, such and such post me all the time, and I ain't know.
Okay. So this really ain't about them trying to block me.
Well, what do you know about that? That's one thing about social media, it never forgets, and neither do I. That was about a year ago, and the context for that was because Maine So Funny had went ahead and accepted Dime's apology for her calling GPS on him and his family. So he went ahead also was trying to get her to strike my page, you guys. Like, yeah. Now, she never did it. I'm not gonna lie, she never struck my page, but she did went ahead and let him buy me out of an interview about a month ago. Well, it looks like he was in her comment section yesterday after the big fallout, and you can watch some of my video from yesterday to catch up, but let's talk.
The song was playing. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, you know, and I just said, and reaching a little bit, you know what I'm talking about, but it's cool, though. You know, I did not say that man mama. I ain't say that, you know, I did not say that right there. Yes, I am gonna go over there. I'm going over there. But I need to be heard over here right quick. I ain't say his mama. You know, this is what I want to say on this right here, you know. Your anger is not about what I was saying, because you got up over there saying some stuff too. You was mad, man, because, you know, I just said that I ain't want to beef with people no more. That's what you really mad about. You mad because, you know, I'm no longer beefing with no Tay Bean. You mad because, which this let's talk. You mad because I don't even want to beef with Tutu. You know, you mad because, I done made up with, I done been talking to Kia. I done been talking to Scoot. I think you want me to keep mess going. And I don't want to do that. And I don't have to, and I'm tired of, look, I don't have to be upset with people because you are. I ain't got to do that. I don't have to do that. I don't have to be upset with people just because you talking about some yeah, once some crossed me and this and that and this and that. You know what I'm talking about? I crossed you. And we was able to, you know what I'm talking about, make back up on a friendship. But let me say this right here. When you do something for a person, you don't throw it back up in their face. Hold on. And see, because y'all putting out rumors out there, and I did not say that I used him for money. I said people use you for money. That's what I said. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all doing all this and just throwing other stuff in the equation about this, because that's not what the guy said. And I can repeat what the guy said. You know what I'm talking about? Being smart about it, This the thing though. This the realness of it. When I got over there, your feelings was hurt, because that conversation that we had, when I checked you about it, just like Mama Mia checked you about it, you know what I'm talking about? So when all that shit happened, with my mama, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that right there, the first person that I expected to call was you. So yes, that's me over there, acting out when I said, and mind you, because if you can look at the videos, you can see the tears in my eyes. I reacted, man. You know what I'm talking about? And I think I said for Stephanie too. You know what I'm talking about? Because the two main people that, I was really expecting to reach out, didn't reach out. But Stephanie did reach out, but it was dry. It was very dry, you know what I'm talking about? And that's another story. It's going to be a lot of stuff I'm finna change up. A lot of people going to be falling up off of me, I guess. The Lord just got to do what he got to do, and that just is what it is, because I ain't up here. I'm not finna kiss nobody. I ain't finna do none of that. So that was my reaction of saying for you, man, because, you ain't called me, man. You ain't called me. You know what I'm talking about. You never called me. And it was because you felt some kind of way. You trying to rationalize me having not a friendship, just me moving on with talking to people. I ain't got to, they can be acquaintances. I'm not saying I'm bestest with nobody, but some of those folks that you want me to be mad at, I'm talking about, they was real and heartfelt with coming to me on some real, and you couldn't even do that. You couldn't even do that and say, hey, sis, a real man would have been like, man, yeah, I respect that. But you want me to be mad at Tay Bean because you so mad at him. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't got to do that. So after that feud, this what you decides to do. Instead of not looking at it like this, okay, I'm going to let my sister have that because she hurting right now. Because we just got off the phone and talked about the little situation, with me, not wanting to, beef with everybody no more like that on this internet. You should have just been like, man, I'm going to let her have that. She hurting right now. You know what I'm talking about? And just went on and just called me anyway. But you didn't. What you decided to do was go over there and run your fat mouth. That's what the fuck you did. You went over there and you ran your mouth. You opened the door for some stuff you did. You got over there talking about the couch that you bought me. First chance I get, I'm throwing this up out of here. That's on my mama. You know what I'm talking about? Because God gonna take care of me. He always do. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get this up out of here in Jesus' name. I am. I hate face what they done did. And they use you. I'm talking about them conversation you had, how you said he called and asked you for some goddamn money, and you get tired. You know the conversation. I ain't got to go into all that. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. So you made out of what I was saying, into something else that you wanted it to be. You wanted to have something to say to me just like everybody else. You wanted to get your hands in this to have something to say. You talking about all this other stuff about my character. Damn, people don't really like you. Ooh, give it up one time for who put it. I'm sorry. Man, I listened to all this you had to say over there, bro. I said, oh, yeah? Oh, this how you really feel. Because you got over there talking some real, you know what I'm talking about? You got over there talking some real hatred from dime. Yes, you did. So when you do that, then here I go. I got to put you in your place. I got to put you in your place. You know what I'm talking about? I got to let you understand what this is and what the it ain't. You know what I'm talking about? Diane Q. Because you don't know me, Q. And I'm going to get on with some of y'all, too, because I see I got to address a lot of shit today. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to address some shit. Ain't finna be no tears in there, but I'm just going to keep this real. So when you get over there doing that, just ranting and doing all that talking, man, you know what I'm talking about, with some shit could have been rectified. This could have been rectified, you know what I'm talking about? But y'all people be so goddamn selfish and be wanting to be in the limelight, to be just goddamn seen just like me, hell. But, you got over there, man, and you had a whole lot to say, so I had to let you know, man, about your situations. I accepted you. You sitting up there talking about how people accepted me. I accepted you. When I know what the papers say on your goddamn paperwork, I still accepted you. I didn't give a fuck about your past. I ain't give a damn about none of that. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, all that was painful. Like, I can't sit by and let somebody just get up over there and talk to me or do something to me or handle me any kind of way. I'm gonna always rebuttal. And I'm sorry, I got to. I'm gonna always rebuttal. But I know it could have been handled. What you did was made the situation a little bit worse, bro. That's what you did. And it just showed me, that you still that same person. I gotta stop putting all my trust in people, especially when they throw up in my face what they done did for me. Yeah, that bothers me. Now, that's the end of that. You called me last night or text me or whatever, man. You were playing the victim and I, my heart was still heavy. My heart was still heavy. I just didn't feel like going back and forth because you over here doing the blame game. And I'm going to say this right here, I got so much love for you. Don't sit over here and think that I don't. Because you got over there telling me something, yeah, I'm waiting on her to come for Shada. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Shada ain't did a goddamn thing to me. Shada ain't did to me. And what the fuck I'm going to talk about her for? And your kids and all that. I ain't on that type time right there. I just had to let you know the same way how you was goddamn thinking about me. I accepted yours too. So when you ready to see how I'm looking at it in this way right here, hey, you can call me. You can call me. Because I'm not finna do what we did last time, doing all this going back and forth and like that. I'm not finna do that. You know what I'm talking about? I got enough on my plate dealing with all this other, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't finna know that. Be a man. Call me. If you need to talk to me or whatever, without that hollering. Because when I did call you last night, you wanted to sit up in there and play the victim, and you wouldn't answer the phone. So get what? I ain't kissing no. So it is what it is. Now let me say this right here. Trish, you big egg. I ain't did that to you. I didn't did nothing to you, man. You mentioned my goddamn name over there. It's every time somebody goddamn talk about me, here come everybody else want to put their goddamn 1,000 pennies in it. You just a fat fart. You don't have no room to sit here and speak on me. Every day you looking funky. Every Monday. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, every day you look stank. I'm so tired of seeing your hang 10 titties hanging without you putting on a goddamn bra. You can't come for me no kind of way, you little nappy head.
Well, if you're still here, let me know what you think so far about this video. Make sure you like and subscribe and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. It looks like Dime has now switched her attention to T Goddard because it looks like she had a lot to say about the friendships and how Dime had handled herself within the last, 72 hours. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, you guys.
You know what? Because I don't hardly ever see you get your head in. You know what I'm talking about? Right now, bitch, we twins by the head, and you always look like that. You can't say a thing. Girl, you ain't got no room to talk about me. And that's another thing, too, man. You know, that I got pissed off at you about. You know, don't play with me about my house. You gonna tell me something in damn house do got a stench. You a damn lie. You don't sit there and do that? You don't sit there and do that? Yeah, your feelings hurt. But I ain't finna play all them kind of games like that, because I know I'm clean and I ain't that nasty about me. You and Trish can kiss my... Y'all must have been smelling y'all top lip. Because she acts out. I know my house didn't have no standing there. You got me up. Don't play with me. See, that would make me mad when y'all do like that. Because folks will sit up on here and believe y'all. Don't play with me about that nasty. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't on that type time right there. Stop playing with me, bruh. Real talk. Because you stayed standing up in a standing house if that was the case. Yeah. You know, Shawna ate in this too, and the babies did too. So what the, you know, I ain't finna stand in nobody's stinking house. I ain't finna use nobody nasty toilet. Not me. Dime ain't. So you gotta make it make sense to me, baby. You know, and Trish, yo, looking, you know what I'm talking about, you fish for looking. Let me tell you something. She was all in here laying all on my floor with me. She picked me all up in the air. You know what I'm talking about. Girl, stop the cap. Like, real shit is to you. You just want to get in on this because of what I got going on with my mom and my sister. You want to have something to goddamn say. Sitting over there looking like a goddamn half-done eggplant. Girl, Q, honey. Like, real talk. You look like a jet 2 holiday, you girl. You feel me? And you always look like a holiday heart. Like, on my mother. Yes, the you do. I feel sorry for your retarded. You too slow, baby. You came with me with your slow. You slow as, you know what I'm talking about. You still look like you riding a short bus. That's real talk. So you definitely need to pump your brakes. You know what I'm talking about. You illiterate. You don't know nothing about me, girl. You know what I'm talking about. Stop and sending for me, honey. Stop and sending for me. Because you know I'm a fool. And I'm smarter than you too. I'm smarter than you. You know, y'all want to run with that 75 plus 75. I was thinking about my child's hair, how much I had to pay the goddamn girl, you know, which it was the $65. I'm thinking about the 65 when I see it 130 with that. But y'all know damn well I know it's 75 plus 75. But y'all gonna run with it. I'm gonna let y'all have it, you know. Yeah, it was funny, but that's, you know, it's y'all retarded. You know, enough of that, because Dime is real smart. I was very smart in school. You know what they're talking about. I was an AB on the road student. What you mean? I was smarter than my goddamn sister. They was some biggest in goddamn school. I was real smart. I used to help them. Fuck is you talking about? You know. And I really don't want to speak on that situation today, but, you know, you can't post no goddamn paper that just show you just got, that you're free from this. You know what I'm talking about? I had a goddamn test done, and it was done, and the results was in, goddamn, the same goddamn day. That's the paper I want to see what you talking about. Like, I railroad me. You can't get me for no defamation of character with something that you said. Now, y'all said, well, how she gonna say, well, Dime must got it too, because Dime said somebody named Tyrone messed with her. He did. But that's two different people, okay? I'm talking about my mama boyfriend messed with me. He did not me, but he still did me. He was snitching me, okay? At 15, and I told my mama, you hear me? And they didn't do a goddamn thing about it. I'm talking about that Tyrone. Now, I never been with them Tyrone she done been with, so let's clear that. Dime has not been with him. Because y'all be extra on this, you know what I'm saying? Get your butt up here. You ain't finna go across there. You is not that kind of dog. You is not for the streets. Stop acting like it. You know. So, yeah, this, man. You know, I ain't finna keep doing this today, you know. Do what you goddamn feel like you need to do, Jennifer. You know what I'm talking about? But stop goddamn talking about me, goddamn. And I thought you didn't do this Facebook. You feel me? I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all wanna say I'm jealous of my sister. I'm not. I'm truly not. It's the other way around. You better know that. It's the other way around, man. Yes, look, it is. You know, you got your ass over there yesterday and talking about some, if you said, oh, Facebook, they asking for your cash app. Ain't nobody said that they wanted to buy your goddamn, hey, babe. Ain't nobody said that they wanted to buy her no dumplings yesterday. That was your, just to get over there and get some cash apps. That's what the you be hating about me on this. It's just the other way around, honey. Your ass been going live for how long now? Now you want to be a content creator too? I know they real. I know that's real, honey. It's the other way around. You better pay them attention. But that little bit of hubby of yours, he don't like that Facebook. Like I said, let's see how long this one is gonna last. You've been married 7 goddamn times. Get your life. And they said, damn. Well, they said, get you a husband. I done been married 2 times. I ain't in no hurry. It's just a piece of paper. Paper and problems. Paper and problems. Billy Jesse called me the other day. Called his wife. And that, I set Crystal ass up real quick. Didn't expect to see that, did you? With your dumb ass. While you over there keep goddamn running up behind me. Everywhere is somebody talking about me, you come out the goddamn woodwork. Every time somebody talking about me on a post, your ass coming out the goddamn woodwork. Here you go. You hear me? You're pretty mad. Yeah, you's a pretty mad because they married me. And didn't divorce me to marry you. You had him. But now he's down here in Birmingham, and guess who he called? His wife. You didn't respond to that. And I showed you he called. You hear me? I showed you he called. Heaped up too. Heaped up in the head, and I am goddamn too, honey. And I am goddamn too. I still love my husband. I still love him. Yes, I do. I still love him. But, baby, toothed up people can't be together. The blind can't lead the blind, baby. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't answer the phone. I might answer it, though, just to make you mad. You hear me? To hear him crying at him, say how much he miss his wife. You know what I'm talking about? You goddamn right. You ain't gonna respond to that, is it? I posted it on now so you can see it. Yeah. On my meatball. I know they're real. Everybody hates dying. Also, I'm on one today. Is you a love bug? And you been over there talking about me. Over there with my sister. You might as well already know I'm finna get rid of you. Cause let me tell you something. It ain't no secret. Y'all know who the fuck I am. Y'all, some of y'all been watching me long enough to know who the fuck I am, bruh. You know. And that was just me, man. I think I really probably had a nervous breakdown. You know, I really feel like, you know, when mama, the goddamn dog up in here, man, it just triggered something inside of me. You know, I think it triggered something inside of me from her goddamn nosh, and goddamn, I just didn't want the goddamn Cookie Monster in this. You know, talking about what I did was very wrong. Yes, it was. You know what I'm talking about, but I suffer with PTSD, you know, getting help for everything that I do. I suffer with PTSD, schizophrenia, paranoid schizophrenia, you know, and I am a recovering addict. So I'm trying to, you know, I got a lot going on my goddamn self. You know, and they told me that she was over there saying that, yeah, my sister been had a mental problem. And that might be true. You know, that might be, you know. But, come on, get it together, DeBrocco. Hold on. Let me get my thought together. Hold on. If you know that I had a goddamn mental problem, why the f would you sell me a goddamn... Why the f would you sell me a... And I seen somebody over there on the post. I got all the screenshots. You got folks over there talking about some, no, Jennifer say she stole it. You know, you already got Larry locked up. You'll go to that extent to keep me away from my goddamn kids. You know. Because if I got a mental problem, goddamn it, shouldn't I have a little bit of grace too? I should have a little goddamn grace.